Well, rain's coming down pretty hard in some areas across the region. We are seeing it in Fayetteville here. You can see the rain almost moving sideways. You saw maybe a shelf cloud moving through. Again, it's pretty harmless, but ahead of it, you usually get these kind of gust fronts, and you can get gusty winds around 30 to 40 miles per hour. It should stay below severe criteria, but with it, we could see some moderate to heavy rain. Primarily, you can see kind of along the I-49 corridor and eastward now. Anything behind it, I think, will weaken. But you notice that, again, across the region, we're going stretching from basically Springdale to just east to Alma there. You're seeing some really moderate to heavy rainfall there, and you're noticing on the edge here a little bit of this kind of Boeing shape. You know, this is kind of like light green that's out ahead of the rain. That's that shelf cloud moving in, as well as what's called an outflow boundary. And basically what it means is it's like a secondary front in addition to a cold front. And what that did for us is will provide us a little bit of shower and storm activity that was able to maintain itself today, but also really shakes up the forecast for tomorrow. That outflow boundary from storms that were earlier this morning in Oklahoma has now been kind of left and settled in portions of the region. With that front, that kind of secondary front, will be allowed to bring the storms a little bit farther southeast for us later tonight. And so that risk has now been elevated for us later tonight compared to this morning. So you see a level 3 risk has been introduced for portions of northwestern Benton County, a level 2 risk for all of really northwest Arkansas and portions of the River Valley there you can see for northern Leflore County, as well as northern Sebastian County, or Crawford County, excuse me. So what we're going to be seeing here is the potential of not only some strong severe storms, but potentially as high as 75-mile-per-hour winds, especially for areas north and west. That tornado chance is possible, especially the farther northwest you are. Hail chances, I think, are rather low, but could see up to 1/4 of an inch. Now, depending on what happens for us today, or tonight, I should say, that could affect Wednesday development. If things kind of hang around for us tomorrow morning, then maybe we won't see as much coverage. If we do see it kind of break apart by the morning and see some sunshine, then we could see potentially severe weather for us. And this is where the wind threat, again, about 60 to 70 miles per hour, but the hail threat's a little bit higher with any initial storms that fire off. So let's jump forward to tonight. So you're going to notice that we'll see this on our northwestern edge about 2 o'clock. You can see that Boeing shape pretty strong there. That's where we could see maybe some tornadoes as well. This continues. Here's 3 a.m. now hitting the I-40 corridor, 4 a.m. now through the River Valley, and weakened slightly, but still could see a lot of heavy rain. Now we kind of wait Wednesday morning. What happens? This has it kind of dissipating just enough to see redevelopment Wednesday afternoon. You can see on our northwestern edge 2 o'clock, and then a little bit more isolated coverage than tonight, but anything that does pop off could be severe, and I think that should taper off by about 10 o'clock. So stay up to date on the forecast because things are kind of fluctuating now, but it does look like we'll have a severe chance not only tonight, but potentially tomorrow afternoon as well, depending on what happens tomorrow morning. So weather impact alert for the morning as well as the afternoon and evening. After that, things quiet down in terms of any rain, but the heat is now the bigger story. We'll see temperatures in the low to mid 90s for high temperatures across the board, and those peak heat indices in the triple digits, especially in the River Valley. But again, the bigger concern right now is that severe weather chance for us tonight. Anything today during the day should be okay, but it's tonight into tomorrow that we'll be keeping an eye on.
Yeah, it's humid out there. I think I've had to curl my hair 4 different times today because it won't stay.
I was going to say, I'm getting a little oily here, so it's like I need that humidity to go away.
Yeah, well, it's not going away.
I was going to say, no, it is not.
Welcome to Arkansas and Oklahoma.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for that, Danny.